Hi guys, hope you are doing good. Today I'm going to explain you the Oracle learning content types or resources in Fusion HCM. As discussed in our previous sessions, in learning, whatever the content type that is created, eventually that will be added in activity. So we have different types of content in Fusion HCM in learning module. The first one is add online content, second one is add video, third one is add web link, fourth one is add PDF file, and fifth one is add assessment, and we have add observation checklist and add cover art. Now let's log in into the application and we will see what is the significance of each content type. Let me log into the application. So yeah, I just logged in as an employee who has mandatory roles to access the learning module. Now this employee can access learning related configurations and setups. So in order to create a content, first we have to go to the My Client Groups. Under My Client Groups, click on Learning. So under Learning, go to Catalog Resource. Under Catalog Resource, click on Content. So in order to create a content, first we have to click on add button. So here we have to select which type of content are we going to create. So if you want to create online content, typically we use online content to upload Scrum or HACCP or AACC content in learning activities. You upload the content as a learning catalog resource, then you can configure basic and advanced related materials properties. The maximum size for this online content is 1 GB. And similarly, to add video in activity, we upload the video using this content type. And then for this also, it is the size limit is 1 GB only. Whatever the video that we are uploading, that must be less than 1 GB. If you want to upload any web links, then we use this content type. We create a web link and then we'll just create a web link here. We'll give the name and then we will give the URL here, whatever it is, like www.google.com or oraclelearn.com. Whatever the web link that you want to give, you can give this web link here. Whenever we want to upload the web links and which can be used in learning activities, then this option will be used. And add PDF, we had already seen how to use add PDF file. These four are not complex, and this one is pretty simple. You need to have the Scrum or AACC file and then just go to add online content and then just upload the file and then save it, then it will be created. Similarly, video also, just upload the video and give the title name and then save it. For the same thing for web link also, just give the web link, give the title name and then save it. Even for PDF file also, you need to give the title name and upload the PDF file. Just give the title name. If you have any description which explains about this title or document, you can mention that in the description, and then you can just upload the PDF file and then submit it. But the key point that needs to be noted here is that whatever the file that we are uploading, that file size must be less than or equal to 1 GB. It should not be more than that. If you are trying to load more than that, it will not be uploaded. It will be failed. So so far we have seen these four options. The fifth one is add assessment. This is very important. And whenever you want to add assessment, so what we do, we create a we mention the title here, and then we will also always make sure the status is active, and then here you have to select the assessment. So in order to select the assessment here, first that assessment must have been created in questionnaires. Once that assessment has been created in the questionnaire, then only that can be selected over here. So in order to use or in order to create add assessment content type, before that we have to create questionnaire template and questions, and make sure that questionnaire subscriber should be a learning assessment. So what we will do, for now we will go ahead and create a questionnaire, and then we will come back and use that questionnaire here. Okay, so now to create a questionnaire and to use that questionnaire into add assessment content type, that questionnaire must be, I mean, that questionnaire subscriber must be a learning assessment or learning. There are three types of learning related things, so I am going to use the first one, learning assessment, learning evaluation, and learning. One more option will be there, we'll go and see there. So to go there, just click on setup and minus, just look for question. I'm just creating it. Go to setup and minus. First I will create question, then I will create questionnaire. So to create question, go to search and then search and look for question. Go to question library. Under question library, see here we have subscriber. We have different subscribers for different modules. For learning, so we should select anyone among these three. But for evaluation, we always select learning evaluation. But for the assessment, we always use this one, learning assessment. For checklist, observation checklist, we use this one. For enrollments, we use learning enrollment. But now, since our content type is add assessment, I'm using learning assessment. This is a place where you can create a questions, and then once the questions are created, then those questions will be added to questionnaire template, and then we will create questionnaires. Whenever we are creating questionnaires, we will add the questionnaire template to the questionnaire. So now what I will do, I will create a new folder here. I will give my folder name as my question, my learning. I'll just mention my learning. Under this folder, I will create questions. So yeah, this is my folder. Now under this folder, I'm going to create questions. So what are the questions should I create? I just for the demonstrating, I took one example. So I want to create these three questions now. Okay, click on create. I'm on questions page. Now I'm creating questions. So I'm giving question. By default, question code will be auto generated. I want to use my own question code. So I'm just giving Q1 myQ1, and since I'm creating my questions under this folder is automatic selected, and the owner name, whoever logged in and whoever creating this question, for their name will be auto populated. And if you want to use this question, you should select this question status as active always. And then what is the question? As per this document, I am going to use this question. My question name is, which of the following principles are advised in entertaining client, and gift and entertainment is permissible if they are? That is my question. You can enter any question, but for showing example, I'm taking these three questions. And one more important point I forget to mention here. So whenever we are creating ad assessment content, before you can add assessment to learning course offering, you need to add them to your content resource. For anyone to see the assessment, the questionnaire template used to create, it must have the score of questionnaire options selected. So the scores questionnaire options can be selected in two options, um, single choice, single choice, and multiple choice. So whatever the questions that we are creating, if you wanted to create uh, add assessment content type, and you want to add a questionnaire to add assessment template content type, then that questionnaire should have single choice or multiple choice questions. If it has text questions, then it will not be visible in the ad assessment. So I am creating single assessment, single assignment, single choice questions or multiple choice, but for now I am taking single choice, and the score option also mandatory. So I need to mention one more point here. See, this is the score option. Score option also mandatory. So I mentioned single choice and then score. Single choice from the list automatically selected. If you want to use the radio button, you can select the radio button list. Here, if you look at here, I have four options. So I'm just giving the first one. So I'm selecting the four options here. So what is the response that I want to add? Four options. The right option, I'm selecting one. So this is my first option. This is my second option. I should remove the spaces. And this is my third option. And this is my fourth option that I'm taking as a response. Okay, out of these options, the first one I'm assuming I'm giving the first one as correct answer. So for the rest of them I give the score as 0. For the right answer I'm giving the score as 1. Okay. Okay, so I created first question and I'm creating second question now. The second question name is, so this question code I'm giving it as question 2, and this question name is, the question is, and the options I am taking 4 options. So out of which first one should be selected. Single choice I'm selecting. The moment you select the question type as single choice, automatically the response type will be selected as single choice from the list. I am selecting radio button list because I want to see the radio button options, and then I'm adding here. I want to add 4 options, so I'm selecting 4 response types. For the correct one, I select score as 1. The moment I enable the score question, then automatically score will be shown up here. So the options I'm selecting is unlimited, $1,000, and $5,000, and $10,000. What is the question? The question is, what is the maximum amount permitted when entertaining a client? So the maximum amount is 5,000. I am assuming this is the right answer. That's why I'm putting the score as 1. So that's it. Score option is enabled. Now click on save and close. And one more important thing here is, if you want to use this question in your questionnaire, then this question must be in active status. So I'm going to change the status of that to save and close. And then I'm going to create third question now. My third question is, when employee should decline any gift, hospitality or benefit where the intent of the donor suspected to influence the decision making out or conduct a time object. This is my question, and then I'm giving my question code as Q3 and then selecting it as active, and I'm giving it a single choice. Why I'm selecting question type as single choice? Because if you wanted to use this questionnaire into add assessment content type, that question type should be either single choice or multiple choice, and then score option should be enabled. Otherwise this cannot be visible at the add assessment content type. So and I'm selecting the redo button here. For this there are two options, are there true or false. So true, true, I'm giving a score. As soon as I enable the score question, automatically these two options are being shown up. Yes, for true I'm selecting it as Y because I'm assuming the right answer for this question is true. That's why I'm giving score as 1. So under less learning assignment assessment subscriber, I have created one folder. My folder name is my learning. Under my learning I have created these files, these questions. Now once the questions are created, we have to go add these questions into the questionnaire templates. So go to questionnaire templates. So the template name, so here the subscriber should be learning assessment, and then we have to create our questionnaire template ID here. This is automatically generated. You can mention question template 01, and the name I am giving the name as global policy assessment. This is my template name, global policy for assessment. And then I'm selecting status as active. That is very important. And then this is also very important. This questionnaire template must be score question, otherwise it cannot be displayed in the add assessment content type. And the overall score calculation rule can be anything. Some, if you want to put some value should be 100, some value should be 10, something like that, you can select the sum. If you want to put the calculation rule as average, like average should be 100. If all three questions are true, then average will be 100. Then you can select this option. If you want to make if you want to allow changes to instructions, you can add instruction, and you can if you select this option, automatically the instruction will be allowed. Any changes to the instruction will be allowed, and then click on next. So yes, if you want to allow the changes to format options and sections, can be done here. And then yeah, remove these two sections, or if you want to remove this first one, you can remove. Just don't keep anything here, just leave it as it is. And then under this section, add the questions now, whatever the question that we have created. Our folder, select the folder here. Our folder is my learning. Under this folder, so selected three of them. Yes, three of them are added here. Three of the questions are added. And then in case if you want to add any other section, and that also can be added here, but now I'm not adding anything. Just click on next, and then save and close. So my template also ready. My template name is Global Policy Assessment. This is my template name. Okay, now go to questionnaires and then add the questionnaire template in the questionnaires. So make sure select the subscriber as learning assignment assessment, and then here if you want to add the questionnaire under these folders you can add, or if you want to create a new folder, just create the new folder, my questionnaire. This is my new folder. Under this folder you can add your questionnaires. So just click on this one and then enter the template ID. So the template ID is I think I had given as my. So my Global Policy Assessment, that's the name. So as soon as you select the questionnaire template, all the details will be auto populated. You can give the questionnaire name as you wish. The questionnaire name I wanted to give it as Global Policy Assessment, and then make sure select the status as active. Then only this can be closed. And if you want to add any instruction here, you can add. Now I'm not adding anything. Overall score calculation rule is automatically selected as average because that's how we select in the questionnaire template. And then whatever we selected at the questionnaire template, the same is auto populated. And then click on next. It also give you the chance to preview the questionnaire templates and the question that you have created. You can review here. This is how the questions will be appear. You can select the options and then click on done. So now the next thing is click on save and close. In case if that's how it will appear. In case if you want to add any note in the below section and put the signature of you, then you can add one more question, and then you can add that question in questionnaire template. So I'll just create one more question now, questionnaire. So let me click and create it. You will understand what I'm trying to say. I want to create one more question. The question is learning assessment. I will go and create one question here under my learning. Create one question. My declaration I'm mentioning here. Declaration. The question code is my declaration, and then what I want to mention in the text is I want to mention I have read and understand the global policy. This is what I want to mention. So I just selected this one. global policy assessment. Assess, I've read and understand the global policy assessment. That's what I want to mention. And what I want to do is I want employee should enter his name at the end. For that, I'm mentioning here instruction as please write your full name for complete evaluation for evaluation. Please write your full name for evaluation. That's what I want to write. So please write your full name for completing for the whole for the evaluation. That's why completing the evaluation. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm using it as a text. I don't want to make any changes. And maximum length, normally we give it as 100 max. So I don't think so. Nobody name is more than 100. And let's wide. Then click on save and close. If it is there, then it will be wired. So I just click on OK. So this is my question. Now what I wanted to do is you will understand what I'm trying to say in detail. So I'll go to the questionnaire template. I just created a text question, and then I selected the subscriber as learning assessment, and then here I will open my template. This is my template. Just edit it, and then go to next. Click on next. Go back. Okay, since I added the create option is disabled here. Let me check. Go ahead and delete that. I'll try to delete it if it allows me. Learning assessment. My question is, if I want to delete it, I think I can delete. Let me go and see now whether the add option is enabled at section level or not. In case if it is not available, so that is my template name. Okay, once it is saved, so I want to add one more section here. Under that section, I want to add that questionnaire. Okay. Okay, no problem, leave it. Now go to questionnaire and again create a questionnaire. Learning assessment. MY. This is my questionnaire template ID, and then I'm giving the questionnaire global policy assessment, and then I'm selecting this Act 2. Click on next. Go back, and giving template as MY questionnaire. Click on next. Let's see if I want to add one more thing here. I want to give name as evaluation for this. Not sure whether it will allow me or not, but evaluation. Elevation changes, okay. And I'm selecting this one also required. Under this section, now I wanted to add my question is EMY. What is this question? I have read and understand. This is what I want to add. Okay. So next, click on next, and then now you can preview it. Yeah, this is how it looks like. That's fine. Click on done. Yes. With this, we have created questionnaire template, and then questionnaires. Now we will go ahead and add this questionnaire in the ad assessment. So to do that, we will go to my client groups. Under my client group, click on learning. Under learning, click on content, and then add assessment. So give the name as global. So the content and name is global policy assessment. That's my content name, and then start date is this one, and search for the assessment. What is our assessment? Global what is our assessment name? Global, where is our assessment? Let me check for that. So I'm creating ad assessment now, content type, and I'm searching for our assessment. Our assessment name is global policy assessment. Yes. So in order to see our global policy assessment, what we have done, we have created a question, and then we will associate that question in the question template. Then we will add that question template to questionnaire, and we make sure selected the subscriber as learning assessment, and then we also enable the score option at the question level, and we have selected single choice as well as multiple choices option. Among these two, either one can be selected. We selected single choice option. Okay, if you see here under advanced tab, we have different options. Enable time limit. If you enable this option, then the clock will be then the time, you can mention the time here. If you select 5 minutes, so within that 5 minutes course has to be completed. If you cannot complete, I mean if you are unable to complete within that 5 minutes, then you cannot complete the course. So I'm not selecting that was option. Enable scoring option. So if you enable, the score option will be there. If you do not enable, then so I'm just selecting enabling score option. I'm selecting score as 100. Enable learning administrator to V-score, that is required, and enable learner to V-score, that is also fine. Recorded attempts, by default it is selected as single, but I want to give unlimited recorded options. If you select single, within that single attempt, if you are not able to complete the course, then it will be failed. So in case if you select limited number, it will ask you how many times do you want to give the attempts. Let's say if you say 4 attempts, then only within the 4 attempts the employee should able to complete the course. If he is unable to do, then course will not be completed. So I'm selecting unlimited, so there is no restriction on attempts. You can attempt n number of times now. And then recorded attempt review. enable learners to review the last recorded attempt. Allow only allow reviews for past attempts. Only enable review to review the response feedback. I think I don't need these two options. I want employee should be able to see all the attempts, not only past attempts, and enable learners to review the latest record. So I selected enable scoring option, and then I selected enable learning administrator and enable learner to view score and unlimited. So this is how I'm creating my assessment. That is fine. As we have seen in our last session, we will just go ahead and create the course offering activity now. Global policy assessment, that is my content type. So I'm going to complete the course now. So go to my client groups learning, click on course. My course name I just create it. My course name is, I'm giving the course name as global policy assessment, and then I'm not entering any other field values here. That's it. And then save and close. Under course, now we have to add the offering. We have to create the offering. And suppose this is completed, then we can see different options here. Click on offering and then create offering. To create offering, just click on create, select self-paced offering. So as soon as we click on self-paced offering, whatever the name that we have given for course, the same name will be populated. If you want to change, you can change it. For timing, I'm leaving as it is. And then offering coordinator, whoever is going to create, for their name is by defaultly auto populated. If you want to change, you can change it. I'm not changing, I'm just saving it. I've created course offering. Once offering is completed, then activity would need to be added. I will create activity. Click on activity. Now this is a place where we can add our assessment. So just if I go and click on self-paced activity, here I'm giving my activity name as global policy assessment, and then search for content. Content name is global policy assessment. That is my content name. And then required, it's required. Learner can access activity anytime. Yes. And then if you want to give any description here, you can mention. Yes, I have created a activity now. And if you want to add anything over here under evaluation, let me go and see. If I want to go and add here, no, this is activity. If I want to go add anything under add evaluation, prior to that we should create learning evaluation questionnaires. Right now we don't have any questionnaires created from our end, so I'm leaving as blank. Tomorrow we will see, in our next session we will see how can we create add evaluation activity. To create add evaluation activity, what are the mandatory steps to be followed, and we will execute those steps, and then we will add the add evaluation task here. We'll see that tomorrow. Once we are done with the activity, then we'll go to learners. Under learners, click on add learners, select required assessment, and then give the name as global policy assessment learning. So in learning terminology, we call employees as a learners. So we are creating learning, and then we are assigning the activity to the learners now. So I'm giving due date as 10/26 and then global policy. I'm putting the comments. If you want to enter your custom comments, you can enter. For now, I'm leaving it as it is. Click on next, and then if you want to add a specific person number, you can add here. If 6270, if you just mention here, the person name would be appear. Simply click on that person, and then the person will be added here. Or if you want to use criteria, if you want to add different criteria, you can add those criteria. This is for adding a OTBR BIP report here. This is for adding the list of person numbers, and this is for organization chart. This is for adding organization criteria, and this is for person criteria. Now I am selecting the person criteria, and I'm going to add one legal entity here. So I'm specifying if the legal employer name is US1 legal entity and the system person type is employee. Only for those employees, this course has to be added. That's what I'm saying here. Use criteria. If you want to see who are eligible under this criteria, you can see here by clicking preview. But now I don't want to review it. I simply click on name, and then I'm giving the name as global policy assessment. That is my criteria, and I'm giving legal employer as initial one. So yes, learners have been assigned for those criteria, and I have added one more person individually, and then click on next, and then you can specify how the course has to be completed by learners. So assignment to learner to date. Learner with existing completion and bypassed completion must retake the learning. Learners who needs to expect that completion. So I don't want employee to retake the training once it is completed. So I selected exempted from retaking the learning and then submit it. Once it is done, then we will go and check from we will log in as one employee and then see whom it has been assigned. Here itself you can see whom it has been assigned. Just refresh it. So as per the criteria defined, these are all employees who are eligible according to that criteria, and for all these employees that course has been assigned. Now we can log in as one employee, and then we will see as an employee how this employee can go and see his learning and complete the learning. So we will take this employee, we'll log in as this employee, and then we'll see. So I just logged in as an employee. In order to see the course which has been assigned to this employee, we have to go to click on me. Under me, we have to click on learning. This is the place where we can see all the assignments or courses that have been assigned to any employee as an employee. Go to, this is our course, global policy assessment. Just click on this assessment, and then see here total required activities, one activity. This has been assigned to this employee. Just to take this assignment, just click on take assignment. Okay, so which of the following principles are advised when entertaining the client? Which option that we have selected as a true? First one. So I'm selecting this one as one. And what is the maximum amount permitted when entertaining the client? See, 5,000. Apply should decline any gift. For third question, which option is correct? True. And then I'm just mentioning my name here. You can typically employee name should be entered here. I'm just entering my Fusion Technologies and then save and close. So just open it. See here we can see twice allowed unlimited, because whenever we are creating content, add assessment content, we have selected the option as recorded option unlimited, and then we mention score mastery score as 100. That's why it is showing 100. And then resume the assessment. To complete the assessment, we need to make sure click on submit. You have unlimited choice to complete this activity. So somewhere I need to put the, so that's how we will just enter the numbers and then we will submit it. FTM mention. Here employee name should be entered. So that's how the things will work. Once the course is completed, you can see the status is completed here, but I'll see why it is failed. 18 seconds. Actual score 1. Okay. So the score that we have mentioned somewhere it is wrong, but overall process, this is how we have to complete the course. Hope you understand the process. Hope you understand what I'm trying to do here also. Thank you so much. Bye bye.